Before the earth split beneath his feet, he made a statement so profound it's still shaking the very core of humanity. It's a truth that the world has tried to bury, a reality that's been hidden for centuries, waiting for you to uncover it. The secrets of heaven, the mysteries that lie beyond the veil, have been kept from you until now. Why does heaven remain such a mystery to us? Why do the sacred realms of the divine seem so distant, so elusive? Could it be that the truths about heaven have been deliberately concealed, left for only the brave to discover? What if the truth about our eternal home is nothing like we've been told? In this video, you will discover the shocking truths about heaven, truths that have been veiled for generations. We will peel back the layers of history, challenge the foundations of what we've been taught, and uncover the hidden dimensions of heaven that have remained a mystery for so long. Brace yourself, because once you know this, it will change everything. Why is it that heaven is often seen as a distant, unreachable place? What is the role of the universe, and how does it affect our connection to the divine? These are questions we will answer today, unveiling the shocking truths about the spiritual realms that have been right under our noses all along. Stay tuned, because what you are about to hear will transform your understanding of the heavens forever. What if I told you that the heaven you've always imagined is nothing like the truth? Imagine a world where the divine and the earthly are intertwined, where the sacred realm is as real as the air we breathe. Are you ready to step into this reality and challenge everything you've believed? If so, keep watching, because the answers are about to reveal themselves. Comment below your thoughts. Do you think heaven is truly what we've been told, or is there something more beneath the surface? Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay connected as we uncover more truths that have been hidden from us for far too long. Why does heaven remain such a mystery to us? What if heaven isn't what we've been told? What if the truth about the divine realms has been hidden in plain sight, right in front of our eyes? For centuries, we've been taught that heaven is a distant place, far removed from the struggles of life here on earth. But what if that's a lie? What if heaven is actually much closer, more intertwined with our lives than we ever imagined? Imagine for a moment the divine world, not as some abstract idea, but as a physical, tangible realm that influences everything you see and feel. A place where the boundaries between the spiritual and the physical aren't as separated as we've been led to believe. A place where every action, every thought has a ripple effect that stretches into eternity. Can you feel the weight of that truth? Can you sense the power of knowing that our lives are intricately connected to the heavens above, more than we've ever understood? Heaven isn't just a dream or a far-off concept to be pondered during quiet moments. It's alive, it's real, and it's closer than you think. The ancient texts, the hidden scrolls, all speak of this interwoven existence between the earth and the heavens. They weren't written just for historical reflection. They were meant to show us the path to understanding our own place in this vast, divine universe. The truth is, heaven is not distant, nor is it simply a reward for good deeds in the afterlife. Heaven is part of the very fabric of our lives, shaping everything from the choices we make to the way we view the world around us. And what's more, there's a hidden door to this realm that's waiting for you to open it. This realization shifts everything. It means that everything we do, every choice we make, has divine significance. That's why it's time to wake up. Heaven isn't somewhere we go when we die. It's a reality we can touch if we choose to open our hearts and minds. Heaven isn't a distant dream. It's a living, breathing part of the universe, waiting to be recognized. What if you could tap into the energy of heaven in your daily life? What if you could experience its healing, its guidance, and its peace, not just when you pray, but in every moment? The power of heaven is closer to you than you think. It's time we stop seeing it as a far-off land and start seeing it as a part of our reality. Heaven is alive, and it's waiting to change your life. The secret about heaven that has been hidden for centuries. What's been kept from you? For generations, the true nature of heaven has been concealed. Not because it's meant to stay hidden, but because the world wasn't ready to understand it. But now, the time has come for us to see the truth. We've been living with veils over our eyes, seeing only what's been allowed to be seen. But the secret has always been there, right in front of us, if only we knew where to look. Heaven, as described by ancient civilizations and throughout sacred texts, is not just a realm of peace and beauty. It's a realm of purpose, of divine order, and of power that connects all living things. We've been told to wait for heaven, to prepare for it, but we've never been told that we have access to it now. The gates of heaven are not something that will open to us after death. They are something we can walk through today. This truth, though hidden for centuries, has always been available to those who seek it. Imagine a space so full of light, so full of love, so full of peace that it permeates every corner of your life. This is the reality of heaven, available to you right now. It's not about waiting for a future promise. It's about recognizing the truth that is already here. It's about understanding that you have been living in the presence of heaven all along. You just didn't know how to see it. Every prayer, every thought, every breath you take is a doorway into heaven. You have always been connected to the divine realm, but it's time to break free from the illusions that have kept you blind. The secret of heaven is not a future event. It's a present reality that is available to you today. The power of heaven is not about what happens after you die. It's about what happens in your life right now. Are you ready to step into this truth? Are you ready to claim the power of heaven in your life? It's time to break free from the chains that have kept you bound to an incomplete understanding of the divine. Heaven is not a far-off place. It's a living, breathing reality that you can experience now. It's time to embrace it. The vision of the Egyptians about heaven. The ancient Egyptians had a vision of heaven unlike any other civilization, one so deeply rooted in the fabric of the cosmos that it resonates with us today. Imagine a sky so vast, so infinite, that it stretches beyond what we can see, beyond what we can understand. It's not just a place, but a profound space of cosmic connection, guarded by gods, nurtured by celestial forces, and shaped by the very stars above. At the heart of this cosmic vision was Nut, the goddess of the sky. Picture this: a woman who embodies the vastness of the heavens, her body arching across the sky, wrapping her arms around the world, embracing it in divine protection. Her form is both shelter and mystery, representing the connection between the earth below and the divine above. It's in her image that the Egyptians saw their understanding of heaven, a realm where the divine and earthly realms merged into one, a space where the divine order reigns and humankind has its place. But Nut was not just a figure. She was the gatekeeper. In Egyptian belief, she wasn't only the sky, but also the protector of the soul. She was the one who guided the souls of the dead to their eternal rest in the heavens. Imagine the power of that guidance, the protection of a divine being, leading souls to a paradise that wasn't merely a dream, but a real and physical place, governed by celestial laws and spiritual principles. The Egyptians didn't see heaven as a passive reward, a place to rest after life's toils. No, it was an active, powerful force shaping both the spiritual and physical worlds. The gods didn't just live in heaven, they governed it, interacted with it, and shaped it. They were present in the stars, in the winds, in the very fabric of the universe that held everything in place. Heaven, in their view, was not distant. It was immediate, alive, and tangible. Now, what if I told you that this vision of heaven wasn't limited to the Egyptians? What if this concept of a tangible divine realm has been seen across cultures in many different forms, waiting for us to understand its deeper meaning? This vision of heaven didn't just fade away, it lingers in the teachings and sacred texts that have been passed down through generations. The connection between heaven and earth is more real than we've been led to believe. The sacred structures that connect earth to heaven. The temples, the ziggurats, the grand pyramids. These weren't just monumental buildings or architectural wonders. They were physical representations of the connection between the human world and the divine. The Egyptians, like many ancient civilizations, believed that these sacred structures were not only places of worship, but gateways to heaven itself. They were designed with such precision and care, aligning with the stars and the very forces that govern the heavens. The pyramids of Egypt, for example, were not merely tombs, but cosmic machines, engineered to connect the earthly realm with the heavens. They were designed to align perfectly with the stars, especially those in the constellation of Orion, which was believed to be the home of Osiris, the god of the afterlife. Every stone, every angle was deliberately placed to create a pathway for the soul to ascend to the heavens. These structures didn't just symbolize heaven. They were designed to take you there, to make the journey to the divine real and attainable. In Mesopotamia, the ziggurats stood as tall symbols of connection, rising up toward the heavens, their towering steps meant to elevate the soul closer to the gods. These structures weren't just architectural feats, they were spiritual beacons, built to guide both the worshippers and the divine to one another. The belief was that by ascending the ziggurat, you were moving closer to the divine presence itself. Heaven wasn't something far away. It was something to be reached, a destination that could be attained through dedication, through the sacred act of worship and connection. It's not just in the stones of these ancient structures that we find the connection to heaven. The entire concept of sacred architecture was designed to mirror the celestial order, to reflect the divine principles that governed the universe. These buildings weren't just tools for worship, they were representations of the divine presence, meant to create a sacred space where heaven could touch earth. So, what does this mean for us today? We may not have ziggurats or pyramids, but we still have the ability to create sacred spaces in our lives. We have the opportunity to build our own spiritual structures that connect us to heaven, the spaces where we can feel the divine presence in our everyday lives. It may not be a grand pyramid, but it can be a quiet corner for prayer, a moment of meditation, or simply a conscious choice to align ourselves with the higher energies that govern the universe. The lesson here is clear. Heaven is not as distant as we think. It is within our reach if we choose to seek it. Just as the ancient civilizations built sacred structures to connect with the divine, we too can create spaces, physically, mentally, and spiritually, that allow us to experience heaven right here, in this moment. It's about understanding that the heavens are not far off. They are part of us, woven into the very fabric of our existence. All we have to do is open our eyes and recognize that heaven is not a far-off destination, but a present reality waiting for us to embrace. The sacred architecture and connection between earth and heaven. Imagine stepping into a space so powerful that it transcends time and place, pulling you into a dimension where the earth and the heavens are no longer separate. The towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia, the awe-inspiring pyramids of Egypt, and the sacred temples of civilizations long past are not just stones and mortar. They are gateways to the divine. Structures designed to elevate us, not just physically, but spiritually. These places were not built merely as monuments. They were built as bridges, connecting the human realm with the divine realm above. The ziggurats, rising from the sands of ancient Mesopotamia, were more than just architectural marvels. They were designed with a singular purpose: to elevate the soul. Picture the scene: a towering pyramid reaching into the sky, its steps a literal path to the gods. Each stone placed with divine precision, each layer symbolizing a step closer to the heavens. As you ascend, The air feels different, charged with energy, as if you're moving through dimensions. The higher you go, the closer you feel to the divine. These sacred structures weren't just spaces for worship. They were built for transcendence, to bridge the gap between humanity and the divine. But it wasn't just about the physical journey, it was about the spiritual one. These structures were meticulously aligned with the stars, each level representing a different spiritual realm. When worshippers climbed these monumental steps, they weren't just going through the motions. They were participating in a cosmic dance, moving from the earthly realm to the heavenly one. The very act of ascending symbolized the soul's journey from the mundane to the sacred, from the temporal to the eternal. And what about the great pyramids of Egypt? These towering wonders of the ancient world were built with one goal in mind: to honor the divine and to facilitate the soul's ascent into the afterlife. But the pyramids weren't just tombs. They were temples, portals to another world. Imagine standing at the base of one of these colossal structures, looking up at the perfectly aligned stones. The pyramid was designed to align with the stars, particularly the constellation of Orion, which was believed to be the home of Osiris, the god of the afterlife. The pyramid itself was a symbolic vessel, a bridge between this world and the next. It wasn't just a place to bury the dead. It was a place to guide them to their eternal home. These temples, ziggurats and pyramids, were not just for the gods, they were for us too. They were meant to bring us closer to the divine, to show us that heaven wasn't as distant as we thought. It wasn't just a place we go when we die. It's a realm we can touch, we can reach, we can experience. Heaven and earth were always meant to be connected. These sacred structures were designed to help us see that. And the lesson they impart is this: the divine isn't far away. It's here. It's present. It's in the spaces we create, in the rituals we perform, in the sacred moments we embrace. The pyramids, the ziggurats, the temples, they weren't just buildings. They were portals. And while we may not have the same monumental structures today, we still have the ability to create sacred spaces in our lives. We still have the power to build bridges to the divine. Every moment of worship, every act of kindness, every moment of stillness and prayer is a step toward heaven. We may not be climbing physical steps, but each action, each prayer, each thought moves us closer to the divine realm. We can create sacred spaces in our hearts, our homes, and our lives. The connection between heaven and earth isn't broken. It's waiting for us to reconnect. Just like the ancient builders of these sacred spaces, we have the power to build our own spiritual ziggurats, our own pyramids, and our own temples. All we have to do is open our hearts and see the divine that's already here. Heaven isn't far away. It's right within our reach. The ancient world knew this. Now, it's time for us to remember. As you sit in the quiet of your room, or perhaps on the bus on your way to work, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and picture something with me. The vastness of the heavens, stretching endlessly above, far beyond the clouds, beyond the stars. It's easy to imagine this place as distant, far away, something that only exists when we close our eyes and dream. But what if I told you the truth? Heaven is not some distant, unreachable land. It's here, right now. It's as close as the very breath you take. There's a power in knowing that. There's something life-altering about understanding that heaven isn't just an abstract concept or a far-off dream. It's not just a reward for the righteous or a place you go after death. Heaven is here, woven into the very fabric of the life you live today. In every thought, in every action, in every prayer you make, there's a connection between you and that divine realm. Heaven and earth are not separate. They are united, closer than you've ever imagined. This realization changes everything. Suddenly, every moment of your life becomes infused with purpose. Every choice you make ripples out into the universe. Every prayer you speak resonates with the power of the heavens. And this isn't some idea to simply think about. It's something to experience. The divine is real, it's here, and it's waiting for you to step into it. But here's the thing. It's not just about knowledge, it's about action. It's about making the choice to live with the divine in your everyday life. When we understand that heaven is not far off, that it's within our grasp, we begin to see the world through different eyes. Suddenly, our actions take on new meaning. Our words hold more weight. Our relationships become sacred. We start to see the divine in the mundane, the ordinary, the everyday moments of life. Now, think about the power of that. The next time you face a challenge, instead of feeling alone, you'll know that heaven is with you. The next time you experience joy, you'll know that joy is a reflection of the divine. Heaven isn't some distant place to wait for. It's a reality we can embrace today, in every part of our lives. In those moments of struggle, remember that heaven is closer than you think. In times of joy, remember that the divine is smiling upon you. Life isn't something to wait for, it's something to experience fully, with the understanding that heaven is intertwined with it all. The sacred and the everyday are not separate. They are one. As we continue to walk through this world, we carry the truth of heaven within us. We are the bridge between the divine and the earthly. Our thoughts, our actions, our prayers. They are the steps we take to move closer to the heavens that are already within our reach. And when we begin to see the divine in the everyday, we start to live with a sense of purpose and peace that transcends anything we've known before. If this video has spoken to your heart, if it's helped you realize the truth about heaven, if it's reminded you that you are never alone, then I invite you to be part of this journey. A simple like, a comment, or a subscription is a small but meaningful way to show that you're with me, that you're walking this path with me. If this video has brought light into your life or helped you find hope in a dark moment, then your support means everything. No matter how small, every contribution helps me keep making videos that bring light, love, and truth into this world. It's not about money. It's about the energy we share, the energy that helps us grow and understand the deeper truths of life. Your support, whether it's a comment or a simple like, helps spread the message of the divine to those who need it most. And for that, I thank you with all my heart. Remember this, heaven is not some far-off place. It's here, it's now. It's in the air you breathe, the love you share, and the life you live. Embrace it, hold it close, and know that you are never, ever alone. The divine is right here with you every step of the way. Thank you for being part of this journey with me.